Hey, what's going on? It's CJ Wilson, your host of Doak Talk, here with another episode of House Divided. Got my brother Larion here. Talk
What's
about
happening?
this week's games. It was the, I guess you could say the I don't know what to even call it, man. The former Coach Bowl down in Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Cafecito Bowl.
you said what now?
The Cafecito Bowl.
Okay, I like it. The Cafecito
Yeah.
Bowl had Manny Diaz versus Mario Cristobal, and of course FSU got throttled by Mac. And I told y'all, man. I told y'all on the last show, Mike, don't let that shit, don't let that shit happen to you, man. Hard enough. Can you put up that picture in the group chat? We'll just have it ready. I guess we get to we talk about the North Carolina game.
Mac put that gangster grip on him.
I told him, Mike, don't put yourself in a situation for Mac do whatever the fuck he want to at midfield, man. That shit not gonna be a pleasant damn sight for your ass, man. Because Mac gonna take advantage. I promise you, he don't let them shits down. He's batting 100% with that shit.
At this point, Mac got to know, because the shit recirculating the internet. You know what he doing. He like,
He
oh
do.
yeah, I'm finna one. Here go. Wait, you trying to get away. Bring your ass here.
You can't give him the opportunity, bro, because he gonna try to little boy your ass every time. Every single time.
Speaking of, did you see the little situation between Golish and the FAU head coach Herman?
Oh yeah. Your boy, he was a big popular name at one point in time.
Herman was hot, man. He was coaching Texas.
Tom Herman,
and
Texas.
Had him doing all right for a minute, and they pulled it on. They pulled the cord on him kind of early, I thought, but he kind of tumbled down after that. But
I respect that though, because they was talking about the history. They were saying last year,
they ran it up on him.
FAU ran it up on him.
Yeah, went for it on like a 4th and 24 or some shit when they was up 24 or something. No, they was up like 24 and they went for it on 4th down. Real unsportsmanlike shit, which is fine. You do what you do, bro. But then the next year, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna get a little get back now. And then when they was passing each other, Golish just gave him a quick little high five real hard and kept it stepping.
Yeah, motherfucker, get the fuck up out of here.
And Herman was still tight. I'm like, bro, you asked for this. You did this, man. Take it like a man. Yeah, he went out sucker light for that. He chasing the man all down the
field. My paying buddy no attention, man. Kept moving.
His wife grabbed him. That was the chick that grabbed him and pulled him off. Because like one of the USF like assistants or something, I kind of bumped him or brushed him or something like that.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, that shit ain't sweet, bro. Yeah.
I like that type of shit. I like it. Let's keep it going.
I respect that too as well, though. Let's jump into it though. Miami versus Duke. I'll let you lead it off. It was an interesting game at one point in time. I think Miami kind of made it too interesting for my liking. For certain reasons, well, not for certain reasons. It shouldn't have been that interesting, is what I'm saying. And then Manny did some stupid ass Manny shit, and that's when it really kind of opened up. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, I told you we would get some stats on.
Go for that squib type of damn. Kick that shit deep. Your defense wasn't playing bad. I mean, yes, it's still, Ken Ward Miami. It could be dangerous and that type of deal. But you just scored that damn touchdown. I'm not going to put my defense in a lose situation against, a type of quarterback like Ken Ward. But go ahead, bro. Let's talk about the game.
Yeah, I mean, we jumped out on them, and I thought, okay, cool, we're going to have like a stomp down game, which is something I would have liked to have, because it gives you a little bit of a picture of how we might wrap this season up. But that was my last shot. I'm going to tell you right now, Canes fans, Noles fans, Larion going to tell you right now, we're not holding nobody under 30. I just don't anticipate it, because Duke was a really bad offense as well.
Yeah, real bad.
And they got busy, man. They got busy. We jumped out on them 14-0.
Not my bad for interrupting you, but that just shows, and I call it that just shows how fucking all-time bad our offense is. Like, that shit is crazy.
Yeah,
first things was open if you look back on the game, but it's just ridiculous how bad this offense is. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, because like you said, everybody getting a little piece of the cake at this point. It's still part of it. I think is Guidry and his stubbornness to run his defense, which I kind of get. You want to sell. I don't put it all on the coach because, like I say, players got to make plays. I wish he would make a few more adjustments a little earlier, like I said before. But he kind of sticking to his guns. Whatever. At the end of the day, we win the game, so it worked out. But I do think, depending on who you playing, you may have to shift some of this stuff a little earlier. But yeah, we jumped out the gate on a 14-0. Like I said, I thought maybe we'll just run them out of there real fast, get it done with. But now the Fighting Mannies, they showed a lot of heart and resilience, man, and came right back after they went down 14-0. And then, ended up scoring their own 14. Then we was able to tack a field goal on there. And then those guys were able to get back into the end zone one more time. So they actually went to have up by 4, 21, 17 at this point. I can say with this team, especially, with Cam at the helm, like I really seriously never worried about like if we could win this game. Like I still never thought we was gonna lose that game. I was like, all right, here we go, second half.
Even though I
We'll
thought the
turn it
score
up
really didn't either because I didn't believe in duking up to close it offensively.
to hold it together, yeah. And
to keep
they
it
tried
going.
to make it scary. They came out, scored again. It's all right, hey. These boys came out because we had to kick off to them. So now they got the ball. They marched down again and scored. Now it's 28-17. And that was kind of all she wrote after that, though. After that, it was kind of just all the Cam Ward show. He went out there and dealt quite a bit. The running game was going really well. And they just didn't quite have enough answers to punch back at that point. Malik Murphy was looking, way better than Malik Murphy has looked up to this point. I still think a huge deficiency in his game and something they might want to work on this offseason is he needs to start using his legs more. Yeah. He just doesn't take advantage of any of his athletic ability. And, we saw the problems we have with drones. His ability to run the ball, it's a blueprint. Same thing with the USF quarterback. Can't remember his name right now, but yeah, he gave us issues with his legs as well. Maybe not so as much, but again, you just keep teams honest in that way too. So I think that's something.
Not expecting him to throw for 300 yards though.
Yeah, shit, me neither. But credit them too. Like, bro made the Garrett Wilson catch like the week after Garrett Wilson. They came out with some catches, man, that I was like, oh my God, like I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't see that coming. The secondary is what the secondary is. It's going to continue to harness. I spoke before about how we may need to make some adjustments as far as personnel goes. We did end up losing Jadaeus Richards, who's been pretty much starting for us on the outside. Not that great to begin with, and then to lose him is definitely going to throw another issue within how we're going to be able to defend on the back end. I think honestly, keeping it a bean, I think we missed on a couple of these other evaluations because there should be some other guys who should be able to step up a little bit more. But if this is the best you got, and this is why I always try to express to fans, we get caught up in fandom and everybody's like, play this guy, he's sitting on the bench. He there for a reason. He there for a reason, y'all. I promise.
It's not always a better backup, man.
Yeah, it's rare.
Sometimes that position group just isn't that damn good.
Exactly. It's rare that there's this diamond in the rough that's just, he probably just, and even when people see people flourish later.
That's what I'm saying, man. These coaches see these guys
every day.
Every day.
They know what they do. They in practice with them all the time. They know what their habits are. They know what their abilities are. So that does, leave me. We had a few misses on the trail because it should be some other guys that should be able to step up, but you keep hearing they're not ready yet or whatever. So it's like, all right, that leaves us at a disadvantage. So as we get down, the second, these last few games, I still feel comfortable taking on all these opponents because it's just not a lot of guys that's going to be able to score at that clip, except maybe Syracuse if they put it together on that last game. But again, we just can hang up points too. So, it was a game that disappointing only in the fact that I thought it could have been a runaway game early. We could have kind of stumped them out early and, they had some fire. I don't care what Manny said. Manny tried to come out, it's just another game. Yada, yada. Come on. Everybody knows it's a little bit more than that. Miami always going to be a little bit more to, especially a Duke. This is an opportunity for them to step up and shine. They just beat Florida State, even though it's a bad Florida State. That's still the first time they ever got to do it. It means something to those programs to have that, that feather in their cap. So I give them all the credit due for keeping it, interesting for a long time. But it's just a few too many rounds in the chambers, man. You just got too many weapons. Shout out to Restrepo, all-time leader. he got it on an amazing play. No look pass by Cam. Split two defenders, shook one of them off of them, took it 66. So, that's a great way to enter the record books. Like a lot of times people catch a little, 6-yard hitch and it's like, and now that's the record. It's like, well, that's cool. But to do it in that manner was really cool too. So, yeah, business as usual. I've accepted this defense is what it is. We owe Oklahoma. Give me 50 something and hold these guys at 30, and that's just how we're going to have to take care of business.
Yeah, I think y'all probably be straight for the regular season. Hell, maybe even with Clemson losing, maybe even through the ACC championship. I'm assuming it's looking like SMU right now, but I think y'all gonna catch y'all issue when it comes to the playoffs because you have better rounded teams that can score and play better defense as well too. But I agree with you. I think the rest of the schedule, you guys should be
Who
fine.
you like out there real quick before you get in your game? Like, I'll tell you who scares me some. Texas, when they playing their best ball.
Texas looks solid. Texas looks solid. I think Oregon, I still want to see more from Oregon, but I think with them beating Ohio State and just the type of guy Lanning is, I think them boys got a shot. And shit, I mean, boys lost a damn game, bro.
Yeah.
Damn dogs, bro.
I was about to say in Georgia.
I do think Georgia got to figure something out of offense because old boy Beck hasn't been playing well. He's to be real with you. Beck is the reason why Florida was able to play in that game for a little bit, and the reason why Georgia's been in closer games, in my opinion, is because the offense has been and because of Beck. So if Beck can actually play like second half Beck against Bama, then
then they unstoppable.
They could be Georgia at that point in time.
Yeah, I agree.
It is the wide open to that point though. It is wide open.
This ain't a sexy Miami team to me because I'm a defensive guy. But then after I look at the landscape,
team, but at the same damn time, bro, you gotta
look at who's out there.
Yeah, who's out there is the question. Then you got a guy at quarterback who can do the shit that Cam can do. Then that really puts you in any game. That offense is just that defense rather just a concern with me because you're not gonna have Duke level offenses in the playoffs, even though they're not.
Right.
Not great offenses, but they have a lot more skill and a lot more talent on the offensive side than what you'll see first Duke. That's my only reserve.
Yeah.
If y'all had defense from last year, bitch, y'all probably be like, and now I hate to say this, I'm like, man, Miami's the damn favorite.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think the defense definitely took a step back. And hopefully we get Damari Brown back. They still got some optimism, but I think the plan at this point is for him to be able to play like literally the ACC title game and then see what we can do in the playoffs. So he probably may end up, playing.
That's the good thing too of y'all. And he can still get a red shirt this year and still be effective and be needed when it's supposed to be needed. So get a little burn in the ACC championship, say y'all win, get a long layoff bye week, healthy for the playoffs. Let's fucking roll. He may still
can do. Yeah.
At the same time, he still.
All right, what Mac did, man? Tell me what happened, man. I didn't get to watch all game.
Matt came through, bro. He ruffled motherfuckers' collars from the get go, bro. Even they call us all out of dope, bro. Big Mac, man. You see him right there, man. So we end up losing 35-11 to North Carolina, and this was probably the ugliest game of the year, in my opinion. I think SMU may have scored more. Of course, we've been getting whooped as far as just an ugly game from start to finish. It's been like most games FSU plays a certain way, then they'll shoot themselves in the foot. Offense just can't get going, things kind of just spurring out of the way. But from the get-go, man, North Carolina built the ass. The motherfuckers had 289 yards rushing on the day. Amari Hampton, who's the best running back in the ACC, he beat FSU by himself. He had 35 touches, 265 total yards, and 5 fucking touchdowns.
He was a flashback.
To that Manning game when those two running backs.
We had a two-headed monster. Got both of them boys drafted. Both of them boys got drafted.
I think them motherfuckers had that game. He had that game and won them personal pretty much, bro, which is crazy. He was their leading rusher and he was their leading receiver. So you knew coming in what North Carolina was going to do, and you knew what you had to do. And Alan Fuller still, had that bullshit too, high safety shit, and let the motherfuckers just gas us. And that's been the issue all season for FSU as far as just not being able to start the run. We talk about the defensive line coming into the season being the most hype. Georgia Tech ripped us off for 190. The following game, BC had 263. Clemson ran for 265. Miami 230 and 289 right here. So pretty much any team with a solid post a little bit, man, that they got some nastiness up front and got some pretty solid running backs. It's going to do damage to FSU. And from a defensive standpoint, man, that shit was just pathetic. Even the quarterback got off. He was 13, which was surprising to me. The secondary didn't really play that great as well. It was a lot of blown coverages, a lot of mental errors, like it's a 3rd and 4 situation, and you have a running back, a receiver that runs to the stick routes, complete the pass, you don't have a defender within 10 yards of the stick routes. Like, it's 3rd and 4, but you're 10 yards off and backpedaling. Like, what the fuck are you doing? That goes to coaching as well, too. The quarterback was 13 to 17, 211 yards and a touchdown with a 93 QBR. So your quarterback dealing, your running back dealing, like they had 500 yards of offense. So I've been keen on the defense this year, but they were my main issue this past game. And it was another crazy stat. Blake Nicholson, pretty much the quarterback, like I said, 13 to 17, but he had a bad read, a bad throw to the flats where he threw it to the tight end. Blake Nicholson should have had a walk-in pick 6. He actually undercut it. Ball went straight through his damn hands into the tight end hands. They converted first down. I say that to say this: we haven't had a turnover in 409 snaps.
Yeah.
The average, right? 409 snaps is the last time we had a turnover, and the average average turnover, average snaps in regards to turnovers in the country is 48 plays. So that just shows you how bad we don't have playmakers.
Right.
Simple point blank. Period. But yeah, it was a bad effort, man. It was a defense just didn't show up, man. I think they quit, to be honest with you. A lot of those guys.
Was that live decommitment reel?
No, that wasn't us. That was Mississippi State.
Oh, okay.
People want to troll and shit and say it was Florida
State. Yeah. I was like, I was.
That is funny, though. Right in the stands, and he literally typed. I hate that too, man. People be over your damn shoulder taking pictures. Like, yeah, motherfucker got no damn privacy nowadays, man. Right. I know that shit tough to tell for that kid now, but that shit is funny that this motherfucker he was on the sideline like, nah, this shit ain't it. Typing up this shit, making sure he dot his I's, cross his T's and stuff, and all that type of deal.
That was funny as hell. Yeah, but my damn goodness, man.
Similar end zones with similar colors with FSU and Mississippi State, but
gotcha.
Yeah, that was Mississippi State. But shit, speaking of though, man, this is word that FSU has been losing commits left and right. Who do we lose? CJ Wiley ended up decommitted from FSU, committed to Georgia. Pretty much all your receivers decommitted from FSU. Is word that your quarterback Tramel Jones is possibly flipping to Florida and Billy Napier, and then you have Solomon Thomas, your 5-star guard. I would be surprised if he ended up flipping somewhere to an SEC team, probably like an LSU or something along those lines. I know LSU, Georgia, Florida, Miami. Those are teams that still everybody in the country still pushing. Some of the teams that's pushing the hardest, and I wouldn't be surprised if Thomas ended up leaving this class as well. And to be completely honest with you, I'm not tripping. I want that. Thomas is a guy I want to keep just because he's an offensive lineman. Thomas and Joseph are like 2 offensive linemen I want to keep. But the reason I say I want this is because burn this shit down. Like, burn this shit down. You're looking at a 2-win season, depending on who plays quarterback for Florida. If their 3rd string quarterback play, shit's going to be a fucking ugly-ass game. Going to be 6-9 or 12-9 or, some shit like that. Fucking defensive juggernaut, slugfest, rather. So you're looking at a possible 2-win season, recruiters in the tank. I want all that shit to be burnt down to where you gotta force hands. That's because that's the only damn fix. You're gonna have to force. People talk about how tough it'll be. Yes, it'll be tough. But at the same damn time, if you wash your hands to this 2025 class and hire some fucking dogs on the trail, like, listen, you gotta hire dogs on the trail and that can develop and coach as well. 25 is lost. You can attack the portal pretty heavily and go for the 26 class on that. FSU has a pretty solid 26 class, even though they just had an elite linebacker from Tavares that recently decommitted. He could be leaning towards Miami. And that's another guy, Nicholson. Come on home, baby. Come on. I know you want to wear that garden gold polo.
Look, I wouldn't be mad. I'm never going to be mad at going home. I'm not. If y'all cut the right check, we did bump it already. That's why he co-DC. So we knew that was going to be looming out there. But y'all cut the right check. He go home. I ain't mad at it. I get it.
Mike's first damn call from first you're going to cripple a rival, and this motherfucker, he's been recruiting elite at Miami. This is his second year coaching, if I'm not mistaken, and on top of making Mal Yoga look pretty solid last year, he struggled this year, but Saints a lot better than he was last year.
A lot better.
Just the guys he's brought in within that 2-year time span, like his guys haven't even fucking played yet, but he's bringing in some pretty good talent at linebacker for Miami. So
yeah, flip that room. That room was trash before he got there.
Done a hell of a job bringing recruits in. I'm gonna call a spade, and he's been recruiting at an elite level at Miami, to be completely honest. So D Nick, come on home, do the same shit with that polo. You know, these recruits talking about I never had a linebacker coach, be that passionate, that type of deal. We know you get it from, baby. Come on home.
Hey, D-Nick, you could go, bro. Just make sure they cut the check. That's all. Show me my money. That's it.
And I don't think they'll have an issue with cutting the check because Randy getting paid pretty handsomely as well. And just
you're fired.
Right, yeah, for real, bro.
Randy, do not come home.
Yeah,
go to your real home.
Come on. They need you, man, at home.
When them people cut you loose, just like go home. You done it. You're gonna coach every school in Florida. Go home. Your wife miss you, man. Just go home. It's over with. You had a great run, great career. Run. A lot of people can't say they played, at the University of Miami, got to play a little NFL ball, and coached every major college in Florida. Like, you done it. There ain't no room for you home with us. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
That's a lead resume. I know him and Mario. He got Mario's number. I know you do. Let's call him, baby. Let's call him.
So let's take a little look into next week.
But seriously though, dude, we do got to wrap it up as far as that though, and just simply put, man, Mike has to clean house with regards to staff. You got to get some blood in. If you want to survive and you want to be the guy at FSU, this offense is the most pivotal in his tenure at Florida State. So what the fix is, fire motherfuckers and hire some dogs on the trail. Simple as that. Let's jump into next week. Interesting game, man. You guys got Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, who's been struggling as of late, but they're a team that can scare you. You got Haynes at quarterback. I think he comes back this game against y'all. So a little bit of explosiveness at running back and things like that. Scrappy bunch, and is on the road, but I still think Miami whoops ass. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, early game too. Noon game. So I'm never too crazy about noon games. That's never an excuse for players per se, because everybody got to get up and play at the same time. But Haynes King might be coming in back for this game. I think so, because the line been shrinking. The line was a little bit bigger. I think the last I checked, it was at 11 points. So I think him coming back would be some of that game changer for them. I still think the line's a little low though. In general, those guys have a terrible time getting to the quarterback. And so, Cam going to take his time regardless. And if you can't mount pressure on them, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be another 400-yard day if you can't get any type of pressure on them. And I mean, this line isn't as good as last year's was, but they still give him a lot of opportunities. And he's just a patient guy back in that pocket anyways. You done seen the skits out there. Some of them funny as hell too, with just how patient he could be back there. And then, the running game's kind of coming up full, well-rounded. We kind of use a two-headed monster with Fletcher and Martinez. You weigh you down pretty good, and then we'll throw a splash of, A.J. Allen down the stretch. He's actually, I've been kind of campaigning for him for a while. I don't think he's a guy that's going to be on this team next year. He's, I think, our best all-around actual runner. As far as like just agility, and just that wiggle, just that little bit of wiggle. With those two guys, they tend to be a tad more just like dump truck style. They just running shit over. This guy has a little more dance and balance, but so I fully anticipate he may get up out of here and get more of a leading role. And I think he'll shine wherever he goes. But yeah, sticking on this particular game, the secondary, again, especially losing another guy, I do think it's going to be problematic, especially with Haynes King. I think he's going to be able to throw the ball around some. Number one, who we was just speaking on a few seconds ago, he's our worst coverage player on the team by, he's just bad in coverage. It's just been a really bad year for him. And you could pick on him. Dude was so smart on one play. They lined a wide receiver back at at running back, and that's who he covered and got that huge gain on. Luckily, shoestring tackled him because he did him in for a number 2. So, yeah,
So
I mean, I anticipate more.
pretty much the word is out. And
Yeah, you go at 1. Like that's,
yeah.
I mean, and it makes sense. So you just go at 1. 25, who was our other cornerback that got
Seen that
hurt.
shit.
You picked on him too, and now he's gone. Maybe you
Motherfuckers,
never want to see nobody
early in
hurt.
the season, bro. The motherfuckers early in the season was using was putting our linebackers on the stick, bro. That shit was crazy. Them boys are skinning our linebackers early in the season, boy. After that Georgia tape came out.
Yeah, hey, you see it, go get it.
Yeah.
So, so you never want to see nobody hurt, but maybe it's a blessing in disguise because I've been kind of screaming to insert Zaquan Patterson into a larger role on the defense and maybe shuffle some other things around via that, like moving Mish Powell to the nickel, move Porter back to the outside where he's more comfortable. And maybe that injury is going to cause us to have to kind of lean into that a little bit more. So, with all that said, again, I just don't think they're gonna be able to put enough pressure on Cam. I do think we covered this point spread. It's only 11. I think we beat them. Something similar to last week. Something in the neighborhood of give me 50. Give me 56, 35, something like that. I mean, I ain't no dreamer. They scoring 30. People scoring 30 on us. That's just what it is. That's just what it's gonna be. Gotta take it for what it is at this point.
It's just gonna be one of them type of seasons. Just gotta have a explosive offense.
We got number 1 offense in the country. So hey, you take what you can get.
Name of the game is score more points, bro. Simple as that. That's the name of the game. It's fucking Notre Dame. Like, I don't think I've ever seen an FSU point spread. I probably had maybe like the Willie Taggart days. It was like 20. Willie Taggart and early Mike days against Clemson. Like, whenever them bitches rolled, like it was like a 20-point spread off rip.
That's crazy.
This is a 25-point spread against Notre Dame, and I might take that shit on the Notre Dame side. The reason being is because I feel like at this point of the stage in the season, like this shit is wrapping. I think they're going to steamroll us as far as running the football. Their offensive line is going to bully us on the interior. We know Riley Leonard isn't going to beat us through the air passing the ball downfield, but he does add a factor in the run game as far as his legs. And Notre Dame has been featuring that. He's a second leading rusher with over like 500 yards. So big offensive line, going to bully defensive line. They're going to run the ball for 200 yards. It's going to be that type of game. Offensively, it's going to be another game where we held on a 300 yards. Freeman is a real good defensive coordinator. They have a great defensive line, a really good secondary.
Al Golden
to call the plays, man. You're going to be on that tie, sweating like shit. It's going to be cold. It's November in South Bend, so he ain't going to be sweating. Could have been sweating. But but we talk about Al, but Al's been a solid damn DC. Yeah, he's a good defensive mind. So Al Golden's going to have Mike ass in hell on the 300 yards. This shit's going to be, you can kiss the baby. I'm going into Veterans Day.
Yeah, we're in all season mode now, baby. How we gonna fix it?
December, baby. That's all right for December.
The Gators done fixed theirs, put a Band-Aid on it. They said they're gonna keep Billy for another year. We was kind of debating it a little on the timeline. We'll see how it play out.
I get you. This is kind of reevaluate. So we know Florida washes coach ever since Urban Meyer's been pretty much 3-0 for these motherfuckers. Has a coach since Urban got 4? I think Mullen may have been there for like 4 or so years.
Maybe he might have got on his 4th, yeah.
Yeah, but it's been Florida just pretty much recycled coach. So I do understand that, man. At some point in time, you can't just keep refurbishing, paying buyouts, and hiring coaches, but you got to stick with your guns with one. With Billy Napier, my only issue with that is, man, we're talking about the Florida Gators. Looking at Dan Mullen's last year, they went 6-7. So you go 6-7, Dan Mullen's last year, 6-7 and not Dopey Dan. Sunbelt Billy's first year, 5-7 in year 2. You're looking at 5 to 6, probably 5 or 6 wins this year.
Yeah.
You have the same as that scheduled next year, and like I'm not expecting these motherfuckers to jump up and be world them, because you could probably go from 5 and 6 wins to 6 and 7, maybe lucky enough to get 8. But then at the end of the day, so you're talking about 6, 6, 5, say 5 again, and then 8 for a 5-year span, and for UF. So I don't know, man. We're talking about a once proud program that was pretty damn good in the SEC. So
once proud, they the
yeah,
biggest fan base and the hugest denial out of like all of the three. Like y'all
bro,
talk about us being
I thought we want to have the worst season by far in Big 3 history. No doubt about it.
yeah
But if you look at, bro, Florida has been trash as fuck like
a
for
long time.
years. I mean, Dan had two good wins, but it was a couple 4-8. Of course, what's your boy, the DC? He went 4-8. Then your boy, the sharp fucker, he won like 4 or 5. So
right, that's what I'm saying. It's been a long line of mediocrity for quite some time there. They had a splash season. I'm like, yeah, we did too. Like, and you just somehow think
Dan Muller's pretty much you guys' 2017 season.
Yeah, exactly. And somehow you just think you're astronomically worlds away from us as a program. And I'm like, that is delusion at its finest. Y'all are out of your minds. You are not a great program, have not been a great program for a very long time. And just, cut the shit. It is mid as hell. It is mid as about mid can be. And you got to hope something turn around. So we'll see.
All right, so check this out, bro. So they went, since Urban Meyer left in 2012, they had what was that defensive coordinator name, man? Damn, he's with
Champ.
Champ went 11-2. So after that, they went 4-8, 7-5. And then you hired Dopey Dan. No, I'm sorry. Then you hire not Dopey Dan. The other got a sharp fucker.
Yeah.
He went 10-4, 9-4, 4-7. They fired him for the 4-7 shit. So his first bad season was the 4-7 year. They fired him 3 years in, right? Stupid. But of course, he was trying to get out of there. See, and that's the thing. That's the pressure of Florida. They were talking about a picture of him trying to get out of here saying, he was getting death threats. He went 10 wins and 9 wins, and they were tripping on that shit.
Right. A bad year. Like
they really was. It wasn't even a bad year because it was the best years they had since that 11-2 season. So he goes 10-4, 9-4. Right. They lose to FSU, of course, both of those years, and they get boat race in the SEC championship. So they feel like, okay, shit got to change. He go 4-7, he's out of there. All right, so now you hire Dopey Dan. He goes 10-3, 11-2, 8-4. They fire him after the 6 and 7 year. The 4th year.
The minute you don't do good, you got to go. It's like
you got to go. So that goes to my point. So now it's like, shit, you got this motherfucker here who his best year at Florida was Dan's worst year. Y'all got rid of him.
Right.
But remember, if you remember the roll-up,
right? You got a good point.
Was back then, like, if you're going to if you're going to fire Dan Mullen, bro, you got to hire a motherfucker that's a dog to replace him. You go hire. I didn't understand that shit at all. Even back then, I wasn't a fan of that move at all. But of course,
real quick, CJ, I know we're pressed for time. What would you think about us grabbing Muschamp from Georgia? I haven't heard anybody talk about that. For a DC.
A lot of money to stay in Georgia, man.
He's an analyst.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. As an analyst.
Yeah, Harder just brought a good damn point. He's a fucking analyst at Georgia as far as Will Muschamp being the defense coordinator at Florida State. First of all, I would do I would go to damn Athens myself and bring damn Muschamp to Tallahassee if that's the damn case. But like I said, I think he's making a lot of damn money for sure. But I
think he getting his buyout money from Carolina.
Right. So
and as long as he's not a coach, I think that's why he could still, stay there in Georgia. Right. And
I would definitely him or the linebacker coach. What's the guy's name? Shit. They have a linebacker coach that's pretty damn impressive as well. I would take either one of those guys from Georgia. Because if you look at it, I think at a certain point it's going to be a time where Glenn Schumann, he's really elite, 34 years old, real young guy. That's a guy who I would hire without question as far as, here's the keys, coach these linebackers, you get $2.5 million, something that's going to actually entice you to leave with Georgia, make this shit shake. You run the damn defense.
Muschamp's buyout from South Carolina ends at the end of this season.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. So Harlan just said Muschamp's buyout from South Carolina end at the end of this season. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of decision Kirby makes as far as, position changes and that type of deal. I will say, I think Muschamp is a big part in that defense with being off field as an analyst. So if Champ trying to get back on field, man, I will hire Champ within the instance. I will hire Glenn within the instance without question. I will hire those guys absolutely. Yeah, to be honest with you, just for the simple fact that FSU may not be in a position of power to kind of hire those guys due to perception, that type of deal, I would, like I said, you could go get D Nick from Miami, make him a co-defensive coordinator, up the pay raise, run game coordinator, something along those lines, and hire somebody else to kind of do that with them. I feel like if you make that type of move, it could be a great move for FSU to where you're not really going to get like a top-notch defensive coordinator from these programs. So like, why the hell would he leave that program, so to speak? If you make that type of move, because it makes sense recruiting-wise and just coaching-wise. But yeah, absolutely, I would take either one of those guys from Georgia and pay them 2.5. I'll pay Will. You get 3, Will. We can muster up 3. Let's go do this shit, Will. Because Will can recruit as well, too, when it comes to defensive guys. At Florida, he recruited studs.
Yeah.
At South Carolina, he recruited studs. Like, Will know fucking defense. Like, I have no question about that shit. His only issue at Florida was damn offense.
Yeah, that's fact. Yeah. That's fact. That would be a great hire.
It would be a fucking home run hire, him or Glenn.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't know that deal's up after this, so
be interesting.
Yeah, he might be in the market for it, man. They're gonna have to pay him, but sometimes I think too for these coaches, like a guy like Muschamp who's been around for a while, has been to the top, been on some championship teams. He may have a passion for trying to kind of fix what's going on at Florida State. That might be like a fun project for him to be like, hey, I helped get this thing turned back around.
Yeah, he do that shit. If Will can get us on the right track, fix the run defense, make this a Florida State of old type of defense,
right?
They'll win some damn games. Will can leverage that into,
he'll get one more go at the head coaching.
One more shot at P5 before it be a wrap for him. So that could be a situation where Will could, get that last shot to be a P5 head coach.
No doubt. All right, let's get these picks up. We'll kind of wrap up here. All right, we got Michigan is on the road against number 8 Indiana. Indiana favored by 14.5.
Damn, that's crazy.
Michigan, how the mighty have fallen, man.
Yeah, I feel like they'll struggle this year for sure, but not to the point where they would beat Indiana like that. But at the same damn time, it shouts out to Indiana because we talk about this on the timeline as well. Their head coach is a damn. I like him, man. He's been pretty impressive this year.
Signetti.
Yeah, Signetti, man. He talked that shit. He said he ain't. He said, "Bitch, I ain't losing year one. We winning all real."
Give me Indiana to cover. Michigan just can't move the ball. I just don't see with that. They got like 4 quarterbacks, none of them can throw the ball. They just can't move the ball at all. So, yeah, I think Indiana wins handily in this game. Takes care of them, especially at home. All right, and then we got Texas Tech is hosting number 20 Colorado. Colorado favored by 3.5 on this one.
Give me Prime for sure. They go whoop that shit.
Take Prime taking it. Give me Texas Tech an upset on this one. There was some buzz coming out of Texas Tech. Let's see if they kind of, hold things down. I know they did a little bit in the NIL market too to get a couple of players out there. Nothing major, but let me see them with the upset this week. We'll see how that pan out. All right, then we got number 23 Clemson is heading on the road to play Virginia Tech. Clemson in this one is favored by 6.5.
Man, I want to roll with Clemson, man, but this is an interesting one. I may still roll with Clemson, but Drones, I forget the running back name, man. The shout to my guy, man, I forget his damn name, but he's a HBCU transfer, man, North Carolina A&T, transferred to VTech and became one of the better running backs in the league.
Yeah, he kicked our ass.
You said what, bro?
I said he kicked our ass.
Boy, tough, man. He's real tough. He's a player.
Yeah, I don't want to remember his name. I remember he had a knee brace on, and he was whooping our ass with that knee brace on. That's what I remember.
No, he transferred last year, and he showed me something against us as well, even though we whooped their ass pretty good. But he took a kick return back against us, and shit, he been rolling since then. But yeah, give me Clemson, man. I'm going to go with Clemson. This is going to be a close one. I think that 6.5 is about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say Virginia Tech covers, but it's going to be a good one. Give me Clemson to win.
I wish this one was at nighttime because it is a lane.
Been rocking a little bit. You see some old vibes.
I'm going to go I'm gonna go upset again, man. I think it's just been that kind of year. I think it's been a super interesting year. It's very volatile in college football. Some of our giants are slipping somewhat. So, and Virginia Tech was picked as a team, early on that could possibly win the ACC. So,
Yeah, because they had a lot of people returning.
A lot of guys returning. A lot of mid, but sometimes that kind of grows up and moves up. So I'm gonna take Tech on the upset on that one.
It's gonna be interesting. I know Clemson has a pretty good offensive line, but Virginia Tech has probably the best pass rusher in the ACC.
Oh yeah, crazy APR.
Dog.
APR, yeah, he
was a transfer from Florida, bro. He was
at Florida. From Florida. Yep. Yeah, he gave us a lot of work too, man.
Bad boy.
All right, we got Oklahoma on the road against Missouri, who, a lot of people are screaming high, they still rank. Missouri is number 24 currently, but Oklahoma's favorite in their house.
That's crazy.
That's crazy for a ranked team. And Oklahoma, who's only 5-4.
Yeah, and I'm leaning towards Mizzou because Oklahoma offense is terrible.
Very terrible. So how they favored?
Yeah, I don't know what Vegas. I guess because I was a Mizzou fan coming on, but like I said, they've been underwhelming for sure. Give me Mizzou, man, because I'm just not a believer in that offense. I think Venables is a hell of a defensive guy. Shit, that's another motherfucker. If Oklahoma cut V loose, V.
And that's probably happening. I can see that one happening fairly soon.
Yeah, come on to the ACC, baby. You know you love it over here.
Yeah, he probably come on back home or back over this side.
Sideline guy, Clemson used to have motherfuckers to pull him. We'll hire you a motherfucking sideline guy, bro. We can do all that.
Oklahoma got to have points. It's like you don't even think of Oklahoma without
and not scoring, right?
It's not Oklahoma football without 40-some points. So
yeah,
I'm a take the upset on this one too, man. Number 24 to pull off the upset at home and hold Oklahoma off.
That's crazy.
Right. Last game on the slate. This one's probably, man, the funnest, most interesting game this weekend because, again, it's such a volatile season. I can see so many crazy things happening. So we got number 16, Mississippi, is hosting number 3, Georgia. And Georgia's only 2.5-point favorites, man. Mississippi's like the number 2 offense in the country right behind us. It's very, very close as far as the numbers go.
That shit. I think that shit fool's gold though, bro. Even though they went crazy against
ran it up on Arkansas last week.
Yeah, but if you look at Lane over the years, this being his MO, beating up on, it's kind of like Miami, to be honest with you.
Beating up on
trash early and scoring a lot of damn points and kind of fizzing out once you play those conference games. But again, you put up 60 points against Arkansas. That's an SEC team. That's still pretty impressive. But give me Georgia, man. I still think Ole Miss on fries, man. So give me Georgia.
Man, I'm going full upsets this week, man. Give me Ole Miss. I want this whole playoff picture to be really crazy. I want it to be because I got people think a 3-loss SEC team can get in.
They can.
And I'm like, yo, it
won't be a top seed, but they can. I can see them getting in between like a 9 through 12, so to speak. I can see that.
Yeah, depending on like if they lose the SEC title game or something like that. Which could be like
well, you could go. You could be a 2-loss team, go to the SEC championship and lose the third one there.
Because they still do theirs by divisions,
that's it, top 2.
Oh, they dropped theirs too? Oh, okay. I was trying to figure that out the other day. Okay.
Yeah, it's top 2. This is the first year, I think, if for the SEC, if I'm not mistaken.
But then if you do that, that just throws another 2-loss team in the mix. So I have to look at their whole total standing and see who else. Because I know Bama got 2. I think Texas only got 1 still.
Texas A&M in that bitch. I'm gonna look at
Texas A&M got 2 losses. Yeah, I don't think there's many teams in the SEC with just 1 loss, except maybe Texas. I think everybody else has 2 except Texas and Georgia. Yeah, at this point. So it could get real jumbled up. So I'm hoping that's what
their whole argument was, kind of coming in regards to having a 3-loss team in the SEC or whatever. So as far as the standings, you got Georgia, Texas A&M. Shit. Well, this shit's gonna be real interesting. So you have 4. So Georgia, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Texas, LSU all have 1 loss in conference.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from LSU, all those other teams, aside from LSU and A&M, so these are the teams with just 1 loss, period. Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas. So that shit is wide damn open. Then you got, like I say, then the two lost teams, Ole Miss that could compete rather, Ole Miss and Alabama. Vanderbilt, surprisingly so, is 3-2 in the SEC.
Yeah, so I mean,
It'll
it's gonna
be
be super interesting down the stretch, man. So I think Georgia gonna win that game. I'm hoping Ole Miss pull it off, though. I just want to see a mess. I want it to be
Ole Miss
super
put it off,
interesting over
it'll be
there.
chaos.
Oh my God, it's gonna be so fun, man. Just getting down this stretch and just seeing like this dog fight to really get down to the end of these playoffs, man. It's gonna be fun to me. So yeah, I'm gonna take Ole Miss for the upset, man. All right, let's get into with our animal of the week. We'll go first.
I go first.
All right.
All right. So mine, I went with the elephant for mine for my animal of the week.
African?
Yeah, man. African elephant went over there. So this is the world's largest land animal. Around 600 kilograms and 3 meters tall. They live up to be about 60 to 7 years old. Have the longest birth too from any mammal as well. 22 month birth. 22 pregnancy. Excuse me.
Gestation. Yeah, man, almost 2 years.
Crazy as fuck. I couldn't imagine being a woman in that situation. Years though.
Pregnant with this motherfucker for 2 years.
9 months they be going through it, man.
Hey, and the daddy gone.
Your daddy gone too. He out of there. Ain't no daddy around to help out and take your appointments and all that type of shit.
That's crazy.
And it's crazy because they're the calves they stand up within 20 minutes of being born.
Yeah, you on that Serengeti, boy, ain't got time.
Oh, no, you ain't got time, man. You can't be bullshit, man, because that lion boys lurking.
For sure, for sure.
I guess that's the plus of being a damn elephant too, because even though you're still a baby elephant, you can't be targeted. You're still larger than the majority of them,
right off the rip.
Predators. Yeah, so their tusks, rather, they have enlarged tusks. Their tusks are pretty much enlarged and scissor teeth, which I didn't know at all. So their tusks are pretty much teeth. They have built-in cooling systems with their ears. There's blood vessels within their ears that help regulate the body heat. So pretty much have a built-in AC system within their ears. Their trunk has over 40,000 muscles within their trunk. Excellent memory. They can remember humans, other elephants from years ago. They can remember watering holes from like 100 miles away. That also helps them with survival skills and things like that. They are a matriarch species. The oldest female leads everyone else. One of the most intelligent group of animals in the world too. They have complex emotions, feelings, and things like that. And exception problem-solving skills. We talk about lions being the king of the jungle and all that type of deal, or even just hippos being the most meanest and shit. Nobody fucks with elephants. Nobody. They get all the respect. Everything moves when elephants come through. No matter what you are, the motherfuckers wait for the elephant. To my ultimate respect, elephants get ultimate respect. They're calm as hell. They get to push to a point. The motherfuckers will fuck your ass up too, man. Don't forget.
Yeah. Elephant pull up to the watering hole. Everybody just make way. They're like, oh shit, the lions, everything. They're like, oh shit, elephants here, y'all. Watch out. Big dog here.
Big dog.
Those are some of my favorite animals too, man. That's a dope, man. I went to L with mine, man. I did the peregrine falcon. Peregrine falcon, man, is the fastest animal on the planet. These guys get up to 240 miles per hour when they get into their dive, which you can see in a little video there. They get up. I think they call it a stoop. So what they do is they find their prey. They get way high above them, so they don't even see that they're above them. And once they pick them out, they just go into a straight dive bomb, man. Break their back or their wings. They tend to go after other birds. They're a bird of prey that tends to target other birds because of their particular hunting style. Because you're going 240 miles per hour. You don't exactly want to hit the ground. You want to hit something up in the air. So yeah, they use that high extreme acceleration to snap the backs of their prey, man. And 240 miles per hour, man, your car can't do that. Like you really start to thinking about like how fast that truly is. It's something to really truly marvel. They also known as an indicator species, meaning they can tell you a lot by how an environment is doing, by how they are thriving. So if they're doing well, then the environment in general is doing really good. If not, you got to check out some things that's going on. They were actually almost extinct at one point. They're endangered because of DDT, which was a pesticide that was being used at the time. It was really poisonous to them. I think they moved away from that in general with farming. And so they were able to recover. And one of the reasons they were able to cover is people use them in falconry. So when you see like all the cool medieval stuff where people got that hawk on their arm or falcon or whatever, that's one of the main animals that's used for that. So that conservation effort, people would, taking them in, housing them as hunting birds. So that helped get their numbers back up to the top, man. Like most birds, they breed for life. Birds tend to do that in general. They find a partner, they stick it out with them through the thick and thin, which is kind of cool. Some reptiles do that too, but they supposedly very closely linked. And another thing they got, you probably seen it before, like on an alligator. One thing that this falcon has as well is a let me make sure I get this word, nictating membrane over their eye. So basically it's like if you've ever seen an alligator, it's the same thing. Alligators use it to kind of flip up and helps them see better underwater. So it's like built-in goggles. They have the same thing for them. So
how fast they go.
Right, to help keep debris and stuff out of their eyes. So it's like a windshield. And they also have
got a helmet, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They built for this, and they got special nostrils that help to distribute the air so that when they coming down in that dive, that it doesn't like send too much oxygen up and too much wind through them. So
to go to the brain or some shit like that.
Right. Nature's amazing, man.
It's crazy how you just factored all that in as far as how certain dynamics that play within the animal itself, the body that helps them perform. It even goes to all animals that we're talking about. Well, all animals in regards to what they do. There's certain shit. Speak about the alligator, they have the lens as well too. Water. So that's real.
Engineered, man. So a lot of people think of the cheetah. Cheetah is the fastest land animal, but this is actually the fastest animal on the planet, man. So just one of the ones I enjoy. Just watching them on those videos, man, taking animals out. So that's mine for the week, man.
No, I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this show up, man. Real good episode. We're gonna get ready to see the best football team in the National Football League play tonight. Don't worry about the record, man. We all know what it is, man. Don't worry about the record. Everybody see the eye test. We see it.
We gotta get healthy.
Yeah, I'll get healthy. I'll be all right.
I think we can put a run together. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, y'all still gonna be that at the end of the day. But my main focus is the fucking Kansas City Chiefs, motherfucker. That's all I care about right now.
Hate those guys. They done took Super Bowl.
What we doing this damn regular season, bro? I just care about January and being the fucking Chiefs, bro. That's the shit.
Them boys took 2 Super Bowls from me, man. That hurts. I hate the Chiefs. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't stand them. And I like Mahomes, but
I do.
It's just
homeboy, man. He kill balls.
Boys took both.
Bro. Like, damn, you been doing this shit for how long? Like,
just got here.
Damn, right. You really just got here.
No
but
doubt.
It's crazy though, man, how Pat Lamar is gonna be interesting for years to come to see, how this shit kind of unfold. But so that's what we got, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all joining. We'll be back next week.
Peace.
House Divide.